Hello, everybody. I'm Kedar. I'm the director of software at Everipedia and the author of Building Games with Ethereum Smart Contracts. I'm going to talk today about community wikis and borderless income. So at Everipedia, what we're building is a decentralized Wikipedia. So anybody can, once our network launches in about a month, anybody will be able to come on and create a wiki about anything. So Wikipedia's thing is you have to have notability in order to create a wiki on something, meaning that it has to be important enough to be on Wikipedia. At Everipedia, our belief is that there shouldn't be a notability requirement for anything. As long as you cite your sources and the content is encyclopedic, you should be able to add it to our encyclopedia. So how does that translate into community wikis and rebuilding communities? There's lots of little storefronts, villages, all sorts of things, small towns that are not documented on Wikipedia right now. So if you go to somewhere like India, the majority of the villages in that country are not on Wikipedia, even though they may have 10, 15,000 people. They're actually quite sizable. And the goal is to, so the goal is to get all of these small communities, get all their information onto the internet. So the idea is that if you have a community and you're trying to rebuild it, it's hard to rebuild it if no one knows about your community. And the best way for people to learn about your community, learn about the people in it, learn about the important places, corner stores, whatever you need to know about your community, the best way to learn about it is to put it on the internet so that it's awareness for everybody. Everybody will be able to see it on the internet. We have this initiative called My Village in India that we're working with the government with. We're trying to get them to take all of their villages in India and put them onto Everipedia so that there can be a documentation of all these villages. It's a common thing in India that there's no road signs. It's things like that. We want to get more and more things documented onto the internet so that there's awareness and that people can have a central source, not essential, but have a source of authority for these sort of things. And this ties into the concept of micro-sovereign nation. Micro-sovereign nation is something that comes up in blockchains. It's the idea that a blockchain can also double as a sovereign entity. So a blockchain has its own currency, it has laws, smart contracts. You can do governance with, if you have a token, you can get a vote. And some blockchains are even implementing identity. I know EOS is going strongly for this. They're really moving in the direction of becoming a micro-sovereign nation. If we can break the local monopolies on government, currency, and economy, we can start doing interesting things with the currencies within these economies. So at Everipedia, our model is that anybody that creates quality content that benefits the network will receive a token reward. The purpose of this reward is for the people that create content to be able to be the ones that curate the content. So if you own tokens, you'll be the one that can decide what the future content in the encyclopedia is going to be. However, it can also, for countries where the currency is not very strong, it can also function as a way for people to earn income in those countries. If you live somewhere like America, the small $1 or 50 cents you're going to make per article isn't going to make any sense. You're not going to do it for the money, you're going to do it because you want to contribute to the network. If you live somewhere like Venezuela or somewhere else where you have internet access but you don't have a currency, however, that 50 cents or $1 in a currency that's going to be a lot more stable than your local currency is going to have more value. And if we can figure out ways to get those tokens tradable and movable in a way that you can turn those into some sort of currency that you can use in the real world, we can move toward in a direction where people are no longer limited when it comes to making income by where they live, but they can just connect into these networks and start generating income on their own, and we can start tapping the untapped talent across the world.